Shalom. I wasn't about to make no video right this second, but before I forgot about it, I'm just so happening to see here in John chapter 5, verse 18. Now it says, "This was why the Jews were seeking all the more to kill him." This is the English Standard Version. I got the Greek version, it's just not in my hand at the moment. If you want me to read the Greek version, I'll read that. But other than that, the English Standard Version, John chapter 5, verse 18. This is why the Jews were seeking all the more to kill him, because not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was even calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God. So Jesus said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, the Son can do nothing of his own accord, but only what he sees the Father doing. For whatever the Father does, the Son does likewise. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all that he himself is doing, and greater works than these will he show him, so that you may marvel. For as the Father..." Hold up. This is where we zoom in there. Okay. Now you can read it. I told you what it said. "For as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, so also the Son gives life to whom he will." I just want to stop right there. Chapter 5 of John is right before that spooky one I just did. The very important reason you should not backslide, especially after finding out that chapter 6 of John is where he feeds 5,000. He feeds 5,000 people with the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. He walks on water. He explains that he is the bread of life, which is Bethlehem, that he is Bethlehem. Something is very important about Bethlehem, but I don't think I want to say nothing about that yet. But let's just say, keep your eyes on Bethlehem, huh? And it's part here in the English Standard Version. You know how they subtitle things, and right over the 60th verse of the 6th chapter of John, it says the words of eternal life. Well, I'm going to read it to you till we get to that part. It says, "When many of his disciples heard it, they said, 'This is a hard saying. Who can listen to it?' But Jesus, knowing in himself that his disciples were grumbling about this," how could you be grumbling is my first thought, but anyway, he said to them, "Do you take offense at this? Then what if you were to see the Son of Man ascending to where he was before? It is the Spirit who gives life. The flesh is no help at all. The words that I have spoken to you are spirit and life. But there are some of you who do not believe." For Jesus knew from the beginning who those were who did not believe, and who it was who would betray him. And he said, "This is why I told you that no one can come to me unless it is granted to him by the Father. No one can come to the giver of this eternal life unless it is by the Father." And after this, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. So lot of people have come across portions of the truth, and I'm just throwing it out there for some of you. Like, what if you read in Genesis, you will see the name El Shaddai, and then you see the name Yahweh. You see I am. Are these all the same beings? I ask this because they all presented different names, but they all presented a similar allegiance. If they was different. Now, for some reason, if the Lord was on earth and he was one in the Father, and when he was being baptized in the water, said himself out of the sky, "This is surely my son." At that particular moment, was he in two places at once? They say he's omniscient. Was his omniscience then at that moment hereditary? I'll leave that question with you.